Would I be in the wrong for suing a customer for damaging an extremely valuable item? For context, I run a business selling antiques and vintage items. Last month, a young woman walked into my store, blissfully unaware of the destruction she would soon cause. She walked around for about 5 minutes, pausing her browsing only to take a selfie in a 100-year-old mirror, before taking interest in a pair of antique silver handcrafted vases. As she so far had been adhering to my rules of no touching, I was no longer paying her any attention. However, if I had seen which items she was eyeing, I would have been. The pair together was initially valued at around $4,000, and I had a bid for even higher. Well, clearly she did not understand the idea behind valuable items being placed on a high shelf in an antique store. This woman proceeded to, standing on her tiptoes, trace her finger over the back of one of the vases, where there was some fine detailing. Suddenly, clang! She had somehow managed, while barely touching the thing, to knock it to the ground, badly denting a spot of the detailing as well as a large part of the actual body of the vase. In all my time working in this industry, no customer has ever knocked something off a shelf like that. I genuinely didn't know how to react. Obviously, she was extremely apologetic and explained that she has a medical condition that causes her hands to sometimes jerk involuntarily. However, in my view, this does not help her case, it worsens it. Hear me out. I asked her why, if she has a condition that makes her likely to drop things, she would put her hands on a clearly damageable antique item. She said that she can usually tell when these involuntary hand movements are likely to happen and were sure that she felt fine. But my point still stands, would she let a child hold an antique silver vase? Would she cover her hands in Vaseline then hold it? Hopefully not. Therefore, touching the item was an incredibly naive and frankly stupid risk to take, despite her damaging it being an accident. She said she could not at that moment afford to pay the full price of the vase, but could give me a half payment now and pay the rest in increments over a longer period of time. However, I was close to selling the pair for the full price, or higher. Now that one vase is damaged, my original buyer has decided, obviously, not to take the set, rendering both vases valueless. I am not willing to wait however many months or years it takes the woman who broke it to scrape an adequate amount together. I want to involve the law, as I think she owes me at least the highest bid for the pair of vases, but when I explained the situation to my friends, they acted as if I am the villain. So, would I be in the wrong for taking her to court over the damaged property?